Welcome all. Thank you for Rudao as our organizer and as inviting us to announce our result of our research, our presentation. We could do it in Turkey. If we need translation, please have your translation device ready. Kurdish Barometer. It's a Kurdish Barometer. Uh, it's a mechanism, a monitoring mechanism of how political involvement. Uh, and I want to. And get the data, official data that which in Turkish official statistic that don't have places for. Uh, 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 and I want to use it for international agencies, just like Arabic barometer, European barometer, and this project has been underway in a lot of countries, and our project is not only Turkey. We will start in Iraq, Iran, Syria, and Europe. The Kurdish Barometer, as you see in the socio-demographics, identity, practice and feelings and discriminations, mother tongue, and the Kurdish issue and demand politics. First, we go to demography. Regarding the demography in Kurds, we want to get the information what the Kurdish identity of Turkey. The Kurdish population in Turkey is between 20% and 25%. And our research it says our research indicates that between 20 and 25%, nearly 70 million, about 2/3 of Kurds live in Turkish cities, and about 1/3 live in Western Turkey. Half of the people live in Western Turkey were born there. The Kurdish population is younger than Turkey's average. Almost 60% of population under 30 years of age, and correspond to the figure of non-Kurdish population 42%. And the Kurds, the immigration statute, the immigrants are 50%. Internal migration of Kurds are 50%. Migrated to the west of Turkey, about 20%. Born in western of Turkey, 15%. And as I said, the Kurdish population is younger than Turkey's average. Almost 60% of populations under 30 years of age. The corresponding figure of non-Kurdish population is 42%. The household density of the Kurdish population is about 4%, and the average number of people living in the household in non-Kurdish population falls below 3. The education level of Kurdish youth is getting close to Turkish average. However, this creates wide gap between youth and their families. Kurdish provinces are the most disadvantaged in Turkey. Turkish cities in Turkey are the worst of the six cluster in terms of socio-development level. Now we go to identity. In Turkey, Kurdish and religion. How do Kurdish describe its status in Turkish society? They identify themselves Demokrata, Kurda, it's Kurd, and religion. It's possible to divide it into four gaps. 40% of them are liberals and democratic. 30% of them religious, conservative. 20% of them prioritizing the Kurdish rights, so they are Muslim nationalists, and 10% of them secular and Atatürkist. With Atatürkist 3.49, conservative 4.7, religious nationalist, Kurdish nationalist 4.4, religious 6%, and environmentalist who likes to protect the environment 7.2. Emotional connection with Turkey, 32% of them are regarding Kurdish nationality. When we compare to Turkish nationalism, we cannot say Turkish nationalism because different category. Kurdish nationalism is three parts. Compared to Turkey, the low nationalism is 36 compared to 10. Medium is 33 to 30. But the high nationalism is 31. But among the Turkey is 60, which is very high. Kurdish nationalism is compared with the last 5 years. And Kurdish identity index, 13% of them are weak. Medium aspect is 19%. Strong aspect is 35%. And very strong is 33%. Only three. That means less than 30% knows Kurdish well, Kurdish language well, and speak well. And we got it from by averages. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 Kurds, or they don't know Kurdish or very weak. The identity language is related to with that. In Turkey, we see the use of Kurdish language is decreasing by the day, and this is related to the wave of violation against the Kurds, even though the speaking Kurdish language is decreasing, but the demand of education service, Kurdish education service is not decreasing, continue to increase. Um, so that means Kurds demand for better education service and governmental services in Turkey has not decreased, and this is a demand that uh, and all the Kurdish parties have the same, or Kurdish people in Turkey, politics or civilians have the same demand. Yes, uh, in the recent months, civilian has increased. Lay down arms become a big topic in Turkey, and Mr. Öcalan yesterday called for laying down of the PKK arms, and that means we ask how the Kurds look at this topic, laying down their arms. We saw nearly 20% of them have concerns, and 15% of them they support armed struggle, and 65% of them they support ceasefire, which is a big high percentage. And from yesterday message, the step taken by Ojan is very important if it has response. If the demand of Kurds find in a category, you see it. First of all, inequality. That means race inequality, which is very imbalanced. Second point is constitutional recognition, to be recognized in the constitution. 3, the participation in political protests, and the rejection of appointed trustee system known as Qayyum, and the acceptance of political participations, and then the rights of education mother tongue, as my colleague said, talked about the Kurdish issue, to have a long-term solution. Here, the demands, you see as the demands of the Kurdish people in Turkey. There's some categories. How should we support those demands? Kurdish children should be given the right to education in their mother tongue or native language is 73%. Kurdish identity should find a place in constitution, 71%. Legal, last one, Kurdish should be an official language, 60%. And we talked about an imbalance. Kurdish cities should develop economically, 81%. The powers of municipality should increase, 70%. Turkishness, Turkifications. It's a big subject, a lot of discussions, opinions have different views. There's a lot of time. People talk about it a lot. We asked the Kurds in Turkey this question. You see, in recent years, the sport of Turkification has increased, especially those Kurds who fought for other parties support Turkifications. Kurdish culture is one of the things that we most noticeable or interesting. In Turkey, the Kurds, music has they find themselves 84.7% of them listen to Kurdish music. Those who adults, most of them are adults. Yeah. And in their lives, they have lived, watched Kurdish movies, or went to Kurdish concerts and read Kurdish books. 34% of them read a Kurdish book in their life. So you see, music is the most impactful. Those who listen to Kurdish music, we wanted to be a soft topic. Mostly listen to which artist. Look at the top 5. Look, you see the old artists I listen the most, like Ahmad Kaya, Shivan Parwar, Juan Hajo. They are the traditional artists, and then I know Mam Ararat, Roshdash is have come in the list, and they are the modern artists. And the Kurds from Turkey, if they to see the foods they like, they are more traditional. As we saw in music, the traditional music are still the most demanded. In foods, they're still the same, like sarma, kebab, dolma. We don't see Kurdish foods. Those are the foods we say. Now, the thing we are talking about now, uh, among the Kurds exists these presentations. It has needs a lot of time. That's why I do it quickly. There's a lot of time we see. Yeah, look at it. There's a lot of different among the regions. Between the Kurdish cities and Western Turkey, there's a big difference. Those Kurds who live in the Kurdish regions or Kurdish cities are more intense in talking about Kurdish nationalism, Kurdish identity. But in those Kurds who live in Western Turkey are more closer to Akapa or Jahapa, or others Turkification as one of the hot topics. Even with it's been, even though it's a political project, the Turkey sees as an important process, especially among the society. Sees it as a important aspect of society. Another topic is use of language in Turkey, Kurdish language in Turkey. It's an important issue. How Turkey, Kurds talk on daily lives. Compare that to Turkish language, and this, even though culturally, if it's weak, and politically it's very strong, it has not gone back. It has increased. Another topic is according to the data I have in my hand, Demirtaj becoming famous, according to our latest research. People know him a lot than before, and this is we could say it's more going to Turkey going to more democratic, and this is the end. Thank you for listening to it. Thank you for your attention. In this program, I don't know if questions are taken. If there's question, we can accept questions. Thank you very much.